One of my biggest fears in life is always feeling this way, like being 80, 90 years old and had never been able to truly live because my anxiety always was there. My anxiety was always there.
Yeah.
Hey guys, as you know, over the weekend I went on a little mental health break, a little nervous system regulation weekend, whatever you want to call it. So let's dig into the nitty gritty of my weekend, my emotions. If you're a corporate girly overwhelmed, if you're a mom overwhelmed, if you're a student overwhelmed, sometimes you just need to take a weekend away to reset. And unfortunately, my childhood was a very triggering childhood. You grow up being physically, sexually, and verbally, emotionally abused. Your nervous system is never settled. You're waiting for the next round of abuse to happen. So my nervous system is very much triggered at all times. I don't know how to relax. I just don't. And as an adult, I'm trying to learn how to calm down and relax and not be in panic mode all the time. So that's what I did this weekend. And these are the things that I realized over the weekend. One, I've realized that my nervous system, my anxiety, all of that doesn't come just from my childhood trauma. It also comes from my mom and watching her live her life. She lived a very rushed life, a very rush, come on, rushing us out of the house to do this, rushing us out of the house to do that. The way we got up in the morning was a rush, was chaos, was trauma. Being pulled out of your bed in the morning, like that's not how you should start your day as a kid. Over the weekend, in the quiet of the hotel room, I realized, that's another reason why I am this way, because I saw my mom live the rushed life, so I live a rushed life. One practice that I did was I just literally walked. Like, a lot of things aren't like some 10-step $500 therapy appointments. Some things are just taking time to making my way downtown, walking fast. No, we're making our way downtown and walking slow. That's what I did. I walked slow. I read the little historic signs all around downtown. And every time I had an anxious thought, I kicked it out and I told myself, this is my mom's thoughts. I gave it back to my mom. I gave my anxiety and my constant feeling of having to rush back to my mom. It is going to be a long road for me to settle my nervous system. It's not going to be a weekend thing. I have overcome so many things, okay? But my anxiety is something I really need to overcome. I wanted to get breakfast this morning, but my anxiety. You can't get breakfast this morning because you're not going to be able to enjoy breakfast because you have to pick up Israel at 10:30. And then after you pick up Israel at 10:30, then you're going to be with the kids all day. And then after you're with the kids all day, then you have to work tonight, Chris. Like, that's the way my brain works. I couldn't just think, go get breakfast, pick him up when it's time to pick him up, enjoy your breakfast. And my brain is 1,000 voices at one time. I realized that I'm not going to be able to calm my nervous system if I do not take the time out to give my nervous system the time to rest. Meaning, if I'm always in mom mode, always in nurse mode, it's always something, my nervous system is never going to be able to rest. And also, I'm never going to be able to have a minute to think through my thoughts and have realizations. And once you have realizations, you have change. Once you realize things about yourself, that's when you can change. But if you don't even give yourself the moment or the time to even have those realizations, how are you going to change? So I'm definitely going to be taking weekend blocks, okay, where I spend time on my own so my nervous system can learn how to be safe. My nervous system doesn't know how to be safe. So I'm going to teach my nervous system how to be safe by just spending large amount of time alone. So it knows that, oh, this is calm and this is safe and nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to, and you might be asking yourself, Crystal, you're almost 40 years old. Like, you didn't work on this before. Like, you haven't been a child for so long. You haven't been around that abuse for so long and you're just working on this now. When you're a child and you grow up that way, because that's the way that you're now wired. People like me that have trauma, all the wires are going like this in our brain. All the wires in our brain are going like this. Do you know how long it takes your brain to undo the wires? So you can feel safe and you can feel normal and you're not doing this anymore. You're steady and normal. So it takes years. And then I had a baby when I was 19 and became a single mom. No money. I was a single mom and it was a lot. Financially, everything was on me. Emotionally, everything was on me. Everything was on me all the time. When it comes to the nervous system, being a nurse is not the easiest or not the smartest probably profession to have if you have nervous system issues, but hey, still I rise. That was my weekend. Like I said, it was a very slow weekend of me listening to myself, listening to my thoughts, kicking thoughts out when they came. And now that I'm home, I'm doing the same thing. Sometimes the action plan is real simple. Sometimes people want these elaborate action plans for their mental health to make them feel like the more work I put in, the more I'm doing. Sometimes doing is just literally, for me right now, listening to my thoughts and kicking thoughts out that I know are not me and that I know are my mom. And letting my body know that slow is safe, quiet is safe. The more I give myself the time alone and shut down those thoughts when it comes, the more my body's going to get used to those thoughts not being there. Each time I'm alone, my nervous system is going to get better and better at feeling safe in the unknown and in the unpredictable. That was my weekend. I know it doesn't sound exciting, riveting. You know, I didn't have like a whole mental breakdown where I was on the floor, but I did have some in the last year. And that's why I'm like, I need to get my anxiety under control. And I'm taking real simple, practical steps. Just when I'm home, watch a TV show and relax. Don't try to always multitask. Multitasking, it sounds like, oh, that's the adult thing to do. If you have a messed up nervous system, you need to stop multitasking and learn how to just sit. That's why your nervous system always feels like anxiety from the fucking show, from that show. I forget what it's called. Because you're always, just sit down, watch a TV show, and let your nervous system just sit with watching the show. When you're, oh my God, why the fuck am I crying? Because it's so real. When I'm sitting down and I'm watching television and my anxiety starts to jump at me like, Crystal, this is something needs to be done. Like, why are you sitting down? Do something. You know, you're gonna have to do this later. The kids need to, did you cook dinner yet? Did you do this yet? Did you do that yet? Remember when this happened? Remember that? That's everything that's going on in my brain when I'm just trying to sit down and watch a TV show. So I train myself to just, if you see me sitting down and I'm just watching TV and literally that's all I'm doing, I'm literally training my nervous system to just sit down, breathe, watch the TV show, and not let my anxiety run me. While I'm watching that TV show, I'm telling my anxiety, these are not my thoughts. This is Monique. This is Monique right now. I'm not my mom. I'm not my mom. I'm not Monique. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to calm. I'm going to breathe and tell my nervous system that there is no panic right now. There is no rush right now. There is no emergency right now. And I can sit here in peace and breathe and it's okay. Everything's okay. The craziest thing about this whole situation is my life is so calm right now. Besides, honestly, Israel and his special needs, which is a lot, and I say it like besides that, like that's not major, you know, that like I haven't, you know, stayed up nights crying over it. But besides that, that's the only major thing going on in my life. All my other kids are healthy. I'm healthy. My husband's healthy. We're both financially comfortable. We're both like, I'm in a happy, healthy marriage, you know, like I have nothing going on in my life right now. I have nothing anxiety inducing besides Israel's diagnosis. I'm really blessed. My life is great. My life is amazing. So I really want to enjoy it. So I really need to get my anxiety together. My action plan, literally just learn how to do one thing at a time and not be in a rush with anything. Obviously, you know, when you're a mom with no village, it's just me and my husband. We can't take our time with everything. Obviously, things need to be done. I'm going to have to multitask at some point, but keeping that multitasking to an absolute minimal, yes, yes. That is Crystal's confession today.